going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the BrawlCast. With me, as always, we got MStubbs88 and Kimbo. How's it going, guys?
Doing pretty good.
It's pretty great. Yeah.
Can't
complain.
Today, we're super happy to have our special guest, the RaginCajun, RXXC. How's it going, man?
How's it going, guys? Happy to be here. Been trying to get on this thing for a while now. I think it's like 3-4 weeks in the making.
Yeah.
And it's about midnight for me now. So we're making it happen, even if it's in the dead of night. So I get to use my new late night setup with the glowy white light here and some blue and green LEDs in the back. So we're going to have a good time, I hope.
Heck yeah.
It's going to be a good time.
Heck yeah.
So how's
12:43 for me.
How's your guys' week?
That was great. I scored a... This is what I was going to tell you before we started. What do you call you on here? I didn't think about asking that before.
Me?
Yeah. RXXC.
Ragin or
Ragin.
Spencer,
Oh,
my
Ragin.
name, whatever you want. Everybody just calls me Ragin now, so that's fine.
This is what I was gonna tell you. So I scored this bad boy.
Yeah. Heck yeah.
So the story behind this is the seller. Okay, the seller had it listed for $80. Okay, so I'm like, you know what, whatever. We're gonna see what happens. I offer him 40 because it was our best offer. So I'm like 40. He counter offers 50, and I'm like, yes, please.
He's not a very good haggler. Those have much more monetary value than that. I actually had an opportunity to get one. And I really, really wanted one. I had an opportunity. I had someone looking for me, actually, because my area hasn't stocked things in a good bit.
I feel that big time.
Yeah.
My area doesn't even have local Targets. Like, we have local Walmarts, 2 of them, and we haven't even been stocked with things that much recently. So I'm like, I'm probably going to have to go online to look for them if I want them. I might go for the Drago Treaderous, but I don't know about the Drago. Like the regular Drago, maybe.
So, honestly, the Drago is prettier than the Drago Treaderous, in my opinion. And the crazy thing is, you can actually see the number on the Dragonoids. And mine's number 18 of 500.
Oh, wow. That's low. That's cool.
Yeah. So I'm pretty hyped.
I had one waiting for me, man. I had one found, and I was contacted, and I was like, hey, you want to get it? And I had actually just finished paying off my fiance's wedding ring that day when he messaged me, and I was like, wow, you couldn't have caught me at a worse time monetarily, sir. I cannot accept. And I was heartbroken, but man, those things are nice. And yeah, so the core Dragonoid one is actually, I feel, has more like gold design on it, and then it has like some bright silver on the wings, so it stands out more. And then the Drago Tret, the D Tret, has like more black on it, so they're both kind of cool in their own way.
What I've noticed,
I like both of them.
I do too. I love them both. But what I've noticed is the limited edition Dragonoid is actually just the limited edition Target one recolored. It's got the same hexagon patterns all over it. Like, is
it the same exact thing? I was wondering that. Really, and then
if it's not exact.
Yeah.
Maybe I won't go for the Drago because I got the Target one. So
you're not going to open that one, are you?
No, I'm not opening this one.
Thank God.
But you did forbidden action open the other one.
If I get the Drago, maybe I might open it.
I was gonna open mine. I have no remorse for that. I mean, I was gonna keep the packaging as good as I could, but
I've got the packaging hanging up.
I gotta stock these shelves with some important things. You feel me? So
see, I got the miscellaneous shelf, like from about there up is all Bakugan stuff. And then from there down, there's a little bit more Bakugan stuff, but then you get like Pokemon and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then that's all Star Wars right there. Galaxy's Edge stuff and replica stuff that I got.
Oh yeah, I got my Galaxy's Edge lightsaber behind me too. Batteries are dead. I don't know how to change the batteries. It's like weird. You have to like pull it out of the bottom, and I feel like I'm about to break it. So I'll get somebody to do that for me.
Some of those sabers because they're beautiful.
It's so cool, and it's such a cool experience too.
Oh yeah,
the way they did it.
Yeah,
it was worth the money you have to pay to do the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, this is a lot, but this is really cool. When I walked out, I was like, I would do that again. That was cool.
Yeah. Harder Ren just messaged me today, and he was talking about how he just went to Disney World, and he was talking about his experience there, and I was like, dude, you don't want to leave Galaxy's Edge. Like when you go there,
yeah, you really don't, especially when you're like a really hardcore Star Wars fan. Mandalorian, hello. I love Star Wars. That's a whole nother. We could have a whole nother podcast about Star Wars stuff, but
I've been wanting to do that for years.
We should do it. I'm down.
We should do it, man. But yeah, when I was there for the first time, it had like just opened in Disney World, and I'm actually going again. I think in December, and I didn't get to eat any of the food last time I went. And then I watched a Good Mythical Morning video where they reviewed all the
love those guys,
all the food. Yeah, dude, Red and Link, a whole nother podcast about Red and Link. Anyway, I love those guys, and I didn't get to try any of that food, and it looks so good. And so that's my main objective for when I go back this year is to try all that good stuff.
Did you try the blue milk or anything like
that?
Dude,
it tastes like if you took like, oh man, what's that called? Not Tums, but well, maybe Tums. It's like if you just melted Tums in water. It's like chalky, and it had like that like also weird tangy aftertaste thing, and I was like, this is not milk. Someone told me this was milk. It's not. It's definitely not milk. It's very misleading. The green one though, there was a green one too, right? Yeah, that one was okay. And then I actually went into like they have the cantina thing. I forgot what it's called. And it was like a special setup deal. This has nothing to do with Bakugan. I don't know what we're talking about right now.
This is how our podcast goes. We bounce back from topic to topic.
Yeah, topic to topic, and then segue into Bakugan. So.
Yeah, we went into the cantina thing, and you got to try all the different drinks and stuff. And they had like these bubbly ones that had like what are those little balls that you drink in the not
boba.
Boba? Yeah, boba. They had like boba balls, and then it was like a little piece of dry ice or whatever you call it in the bottom, and it would like bubble it, and then the little boba balls were bouncing all around in the drink, and it was so good too. It was like Mountain Dew.
Pretty cool.
See,
oh man, that was
stuff
cool.
Like that is really dangerous for me because, like, when I find a new beverage, just of whatever kind that I really, really like, if it's not easily accessible, I go crazy because, like, hold on.
I mean, you can
my
just go
favorite
to
soda of all
Galaxy's
time.
Edge every weekend and get your favorite drink.
Favorite soda of all time is Stewart's Key Lime.
Oh,
it's so good, but I can't find it around here. So literally, every year for my birthday, I've got some friends that live in Richmond, Virginia. They mail me out like 2 or 3 cases of it.
Oh, that's awesome! Yeah, that's really cool.
So good.
I mean, I definitely get those vibes with that because I mean, I get like this Korean ramen is called jajangmyeon, and like actually my friend Tajan, when we were in college together, he's the one that got me into that. Man. Literally, we had like an international kind of store. It was in like a city called Ithaca. It was like about a half hour away from my college, and we would go there some weekends and actually get the ramen there, but that's the only place we could find it. And now that college is over, I literally go on Amazon all the time to get that ramen, and I get like a whole case of it. It's like about 16 packs, and it can range anywhere. It switches prices, so sometimes it's like $24, sometimes it can get up to like $32, but I get a whole case and
worth it.
Honestly, in like about a week. So
heck yeah.
So speaking of going places, well, we don't get to go anywhere.
What a segue! Yeah, we did. We got out of Star Wars and ramen to Bakugan. Yes, sir. Continue, please.
So, I mean, I'm pretty excited that we all get to do this whole entire Zoom thing again, except with like everybody else and people from Spin Master, and get to see new stuff for the 3rd Invitational.
Yeah, man, that's going to be really cool. It's
my
interesting.
God.
I know Kim was freaking out. I saw your video today, man.
Oh, man, with how things have been with me, like, so my job, like, I already worked a lot, you know, I worked full-time on my job, but we had a whole extension of, like, things that got added with the menu with it. And because of that, it's basically like a chicken company coming in. And with that, we've had to do training for it. We had to watch a bunch of videos for it. Literally, my training took me like 4 hours to just sit there watching videos. Then they actually came in the better part of this last week, and we started it up. So we had to learn all the stuff for that, on top of working even more hours, like over full-time. Like, if I work any more, they're going to have to pay me, like, overtime. And somehow being able to keep up with YouTube, I'm really, like, proud of myself for doing that because, holy crap, most hours I've gotten ever in my life. But like even with the stress of all of that, just finding that out today, mind blown, like crazy. Because I mean, it's obvious. Like I know everybody knows. Like I've been to all of the invitationals. Like I was at the first one as well as the one that happened last year, and even
the
being
OG,
there
man.
for this third one, like
3 for 3.
3 for 3, man, and still just freaking out. Like I'm.
Can I just say, I totally called exactly how they were going to do it on the last podcast episode.
And I
totally
absolutely
called
agree
it.
with you. I was like, they're totally gonna do it. Like that makes the most sense.
Yeah.
I figured they were gonna send us. They're gonna send us some stuff in the mail before the actual invitational itself. That way, we have the products ready for the actual invitational. And I think it's a really cool way to do it. And I also think with them inviting more people, having it be a Zoom meeting, I think it's a bigger opportunity for other creators to kind of get seen and get recognized for what they do.
That's something I wanted to talk about. So I really enjoy the fact that it is online because, like you said, it lets a lot more people in. Mm-hmm. And I felt that, like, I don't know, it was weird. So, like, after year one, it was the OGs, so Kim and all the other guys, Negative Legend, Billy M, and all that, and it kind of offset all of us to start making videos, right? And then the next year, they kind of accrued the collection of all of the Gen 2 Baku tubers, right? Mostly. And then now with Gen 3, I guess you could call it, they kind of got a wider selection. You know, we got Queso in there, Toolbox, who, I mean, he does World Series Universe videos and stuff. And then he's got some really high quality deck profiles out there. Actually, some of my favorite deck profiles, just how he films them, and like he's funny and he's actually really knowledgeable about the game. And then today they revealed that Zeonic Blader, the number one Canadian Baku tuber, who probably, I mean, Kimbo's got the grind, but Zeonic Blader grinds videos out, man. Like, give that dude some credit.
Absolutely.
I mean, he's, you know, we all have our little competitions with. We're not like in competition with each other, but like as a creator, you compete with people, and it's like I can always appreciate that guy as a competitor of how much work he puts into what he does. I'm really excited he gets to go because I feel like he really deserves it.
I'm hyped that King Nub gets to go too. Like his for such a small channel, like his content's just really good in my opinion.
Yeah, and credit a lot of that to Brock too. I mean, I talk about Brock a lot on my channel, but I mean that dude's got it going on ever since he came on and started like doing stuff for us, like Baku Master wise. He's really kind of at least tried to help change the scene of what all this is, and you know, getting the right people in the right places to actually start. You know, we're advertising for the brand, right? And I feel like he does a good job of collecting us and helping us when we need it, especially with like ruling questions and stuff, like the stuff me, Queso, and Toolbox were doing a couple months back, and then you know, just cool stuff like back when we were doing tournaments at my LGS, I was like, hey Brock, I'm gonna have a tournament, you have any prize support for me? And he was like, yeah, sure. He sent it to me in a week. We had a tournament, and I got to give away a limited Dragonoid set.
That's awesome.
And it was like, whoa. And he just did it, and he just understood that was an important thing to do, you know, and that's his job. He really pays attention to what we need to do to help the game, you know. And I just really appreciate
me out with
Brock.
a tournament too.
Yeah.
I just know with how much criticism the game faces, especially right now, you know, I think deep down, you know, everybody just wants this game to be great and to succeed and to keep going forward. And I think, you know, with little things like that, how Brock was helping you with like prize support and stuff, I think that's a perfect way to kind of help push things forward, you know?
Yeah. This is cool. This is like a little Baku Master Summit right now because we're all like, this doesn't happen too often. No, people probably think we have like a tribal council or thing and like vote people in and out, but that is not how it works. Like we kind of randomly message each other on Discord maybe sometimes or Twitter, but this is cool to talk about at the same time because we all kind of know what's happening.
Yeah, and another, like, it wasn't directly through Brock. Well, I think he probably had something to do with it. But Gary actually reached out to me a little while back. I've not heard anything else on it recently, but Gary was talking to me about sending like product for prize support for the VBL, the Video Brawling League.
Oh, really? That's cool.
Yeah.
That's
interesting. So that's pretty sweet. That's like in the process.
That'd be cool. Yeah, y'all should definitely do that. If he doesn't follow through, get him with Brock. I bet that he can make that happen. Especially since we're officially doing Zoom brawls or whatever for this invitational, right?
Yeah,
so, I mean that's.
I wonder what kind of rule set they're going to use.
I have no idea. We're supposed to be quote unquote changing the shape of battling forever or whatever that thing said in the email. So who knows? It might be a completely different thing.
I was talking with my cat for a little bit. She came in.
Dude, I'd get my cat, but she's locked in the room because she was being bad earlier.
Is there such thing as a good cat, though?
Dude, she was hissing at my in-laws that came over for the weekend because they're sleeping in the spare room, and then she like took over the spare room this week for whatever reason. It's like she knew they were coming, and then they came here, and she was like, "What are y'all doing here?"
What the hell?
It was a standoff.
Who the hell are you?
Yeah, get out of my house.
Meows.
Yeah, meows.
So bad.
So
beautiful.
I know we're all super excited for the third invitational, but Kim, you've been to all three. Or you're going to be in all three. Michael, Spencer, and I. This is gonna be our second time going around. Last year was our first year ever doing it, and I don't know about you guys, but it was probably one of my top moments of last year.
Oh, it was for sure.
Oh yeah,
one of my top moments of my life. Let's be real.
Yeah,
it really was, and for me, it was a whole experience because I don't really travel. I definitely don't fly by plane anywhere. I had to fly from New Orleans to Los Angeles and deal with an airport by myself and find the dude who got the wrong name, so he didn't know he was actually looking for me for the car. So I had to get on the phone and figure it all out, and then we all got to it was cool because we all one by one met each other at the hotel.
Yeah,
everybody came in at different times. So it was like, oh, this guy's here. Hey, I don't really know you yet. How's it going? But I've seen your videos. And it was really cool. When I first walked in, I was the second dude there. And I walked into the lobby and that little room that was on the side there.
Yeah.
And Billiam was sitting on the couch and he didn't see me. And I'm a huge Billiam fan, right? I mean, he's one of the huger dudes, right? He's massive for our collective group of people. Mm-hmm. And I see him sitting over there on the couch. I was like, okay, good. I'm in the right place. And then I walked up to the counter and I get my room key and stuff or whatever. And I turn around and he looks at me and I look at him and I'm like, you're Billiam, right? And he was like, you're Raging. I was like, oh my God, he knows who I am. And then from there on, the people just started walking in. Negative Legend came in. Jet Kuzo comes in. Who else was with us at the very beginning? Were you there with us at the very beginning?
Oh, that's you. Jake came in.
Jake Illinuk. Yeah. And that's one of the things that I'm really sad about it not being in person is because we got to meet everybody and have conversations and my favorite parts of that whole trip was the two late nights and everybody happened to stay in my room that night for whatever reason.
That was
not I wanted to go to sleep or anything, but I was like, okay, all the Baku tubers are in my room right now, and it was interesting. But I'm gonna miss that part of us meeting everybody and all the new people coming Yannick Blader and Queso and Toolbox, those guys I've never met before that are really good players and really good ambassadors for the game and stuff, and I don't get to have those same conversations with those guys. It's sad, but I mean it's also a pandemic and we've been dealing with that stuff for a while now, so it's just it sucks, but at the same time at least we're all going to be experiencing all this stuff together and it'd be pretty cool.
I blame all these people who won't wear a mask. Just do it.
It's just all craziness, and I mean, even just going off of the whole dynamic of last year, even the first year, being there from the very, very first event. I mean, with this will be me, Negative Legend, Illinuk, at least us three being there for all 3 of the years for it, which is wild. I remember even the first year because it was not being too used to traveling myself even then. And it was at the W Hotel that we stayed the first year. And I remember just pulling up to the hotel in an Uber and being like, what's happening with my life and everything. It was right now. They found me from the woods. No way this is real. WTF. And then I go inside and then just see this fancy hotel, go upstairs to my room. Didn't even open my bag because I was too excited. I just was shocked seeing my hotel. Go downstairs, and then that's when it was Illinois, Billiam, and Negative Legend. They all came off the elevator, and I just saw them and lost it. I knew like Jake because I had seen Jake from the Baytuber Bro. And besides that, it was the first time I met Billiam and Negative Legend in person. And I'd heard of both of them, and I'd seen their videos at that point, like a few of their videos, and then just seeing them in person, it's like, holy crap, it's actually them. And then meeting like Hardcore Lecter and Ethan, and then that's when they also invited like Teammate PS. Also, Leon Hart was there that year, and I was just like, these are a bunch of huge freaking YouTubers that are here. And I'm just this kid from the woods, which I guess I'm kind of seen as like a kind of big YouTuber.
I just say, I love how you refer to yourself as the kid from the woods.
The kid from the woods.
I'm just a kid from the woods. I love how you do that all the time.
Yeah, well, now I'm kid from the country, I guess, because we're not in the woods.
No, you're in the woods. I've seen the videos of you out in your little thing. Like, it's just funny.
Bro, I'm getting this and I'm going to this event. Like, what the hell's going on? Even the dynamic, like the first year, and then the second year, it was still like the same dynamic, like going and being like, holy crap, there's so many people here, but also like having that little bit of wisdom being there for the first time. So taking the same exact walk and feeling deja vu a little bit, so everybody's freaking out with it, and meanwhile still freaking out myself, but also being like, I know where this is going. I know where we're headed. I remember a detective looked at me when we were walking down the highway, not the highway, the hallway. Jeepers, it's late. But walking down the hallway, and Tillman was explaining everything. He looks at me and he's like, Kimbo, this is crazy. I'm like, dude, just wait. We're getting started. He was like, what? I was like, yeah. So knowing like that little bit that was to come, and then going in the showroom, knowing that we were going to go in the showroom, and even then going back in, it's like, bro, like just still freaking out, like this huge
showroom. The showroom is pretty cool.
That's everything.
I could live in the showroom.
Yeah, it was. I didn't want to leave. I just wanted to look at everything on the shelves, man.
Yeah, just like sit there and stare.
Just give me a bed. Just put it up there where the podium is, and I can just like wake up and have Milius right here beside of me.
Dude, I want those statues in that room.
They're so cool.
Those are so cool.
I would do like, just about anything.
I would make the Dragonoid a lawn ornament so everyone had to see it driving down my neighborhood. Wouldn't even care. Why does that dude have a big red dragon in his yard? Because he wants to.
Because he feels like it, okay? Like, don't let your dreams be dreams.
Yeah, exactly. Man, one of my favorite moments from that whole trip was when we were all in that like third floor lobby or whatever. Yeah. And like we signed those posters for the guy and all that stuff, and we were all just like chilling. Oh and everybody was kind of filming their own little video parts, and we're all like popping into everybody's video like, hi, I'm RaginCajun. You don't know me really.
Oh my god, that was so wild. And JoJo got me like that box, like the card deck box, huge box.
Yeah.
Started signing it, and I was like, everybody's signing like that box, dude. So you can,
cool.
Like,
you still got it right here. Yeah, there it is. There I am. Right in the middle, right left to center. Of course I did that.
It was like one of my most prized possessions because holy crap.
I remember, Spencer, I remember you saying that night when we were signing everything in that little lobby area, and you were like, you know, I've never really thought about creating an RXXC signature.
Yeah, I had no idea. I did the R and then like a long tail, and I did X's on it, and then I did the C, and I was like, oh, that's creative. People are going to think I knew this beforehand.
I was like, that's a 6 signature.
It was so wild for me because, like, you all still are, like, so much bigger than I am as far as, like, subscribers and, like, channel-wise goes. So it was, like, I felt very out of place because it was like, what did I do to like deserve being here? I was like, you all like have these like awesome channels that like your videos are super polished, you're like speaking on camera is super polished, and here I am just trying to make everything work with my phone and trying to use whatever freaking editing program I can find that happens to work best and be able to give me the most like options for doing neat things with. And like sitting here with like, at the time, I don't even think I was at 700 subscribers yet this time last year. And now I'm like on that final like push for 1K. And I'm like, still not, I don't know. I'm still not where you all are as far as like subs and stuff go. And it just, I don't know what it is, but you know, hey,
you feel that for us, but then I'm sitting there staring at Billiam and Negative Legends, so we all feel that. Unless you were, I mean, who would have been the biggest one? Would it be Billiam?
I think it was
Billiam. It would be Hard Collector.
Oh yeah.
He was. I mean, I became really good friends with him actually after all that. Like he calls me like every month, and we have like a whole breakdown on the phone just about everything going on. Like we had a phone call one day that went on for 5.5 hours. I'd never talked to anyone for 5.5 hours on the phone before. I got off, I hung up, and I saw that number on my phone. I was like, there's no way I just conversed with a person for this long. And I mean, he's like one of the coolest dudes, man. And I didn't even talk to him that much at the Invitational, but it's like we made that connection. And then after the fact, you know, we kind of, you know, make friends, and it was really cool, dude. Like big fan of the whole situation.
Same. I'm hoping, you know, like next year everything will be cleared up and that this can happen again and we all get to hang out again, because I miss you guys.
Yeah, I know. I've been saying I wanted to go back out to LA, man. I really enjoyed the trip. I just thought it was cool.
Yeah. That was my second time in LA, like ever.
That was my first time west of Texas. So can y'all hear those Discord notifications going off?
Yeah, I can.
Sorry.
Michael, you want to get another one going real quick?
Yeah, we've got less than a minute on this one anyway. So
perfect.
Y'all in a second.
Okay.
So what were we talking about before we started the new one? Because I had something to say about that topic, but I completely forgot.
Invitational.
Oh.
Sign the box.
It was okay. So I told this story last week, but I'll say it again for you, Spencer, because you're saying how you and Hardcore Lecter are pretty tight now, right?
Yeah.
So it was funny because my girlfriend, she babysits like 5 days a week.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the kids that she I come home from running some errands and he's on his tablet and he's watching a Hardcore Lecter video and I'm like, oh, you know, I met him, right?
Yeah, I know that
guy. He's like, what?
Oh yeah.
He's 6 years old. He's like, what? Really? I'm like, yeah, I'll show you. I pulled up Hardcore Lecter's video of us at Psycho Turtle. And I was like, yeah, that's me right there. He's like, no way.
Yeah. Some of my friends are like huge Billiam fans, and like I was talking to Billiam about some Digimon stuff the other day on Discord, and my friend was like, are you talking to Billiam? And I was like, yeah. Like I was asking him a question. He was like, oh my God. I was like, I know. It's really weird for me too. Don't worry. It's weird because like I've never known like celebrities before, right? I don't know anyone of that high a stature, and then all of a sudden I met like 5 of them, and it was just cool. You know, they're like niche celebrities, but at the same time, like if you know them, you like really know the people.
Yeah,
and it was really cool because Stubbs, you said you felt a certain way about it. I felt like exactly how you were just explaining that whole situation. Like, if you go like watch my vlog, I do my little vlog session in my room, and I'm just like, this is just crazy. You know, I was sitting there and I was vlogging it, and then behind me was the window to like the bay that we were sitting on with all the boats. And I was like, man, look at all these boats. What am I doing here? This is too fancy for what I do. I film toy videos in my office room. This is crazy.
Yeah, one of the craziest moments definitely was last year's event. Like, just being one of the last people that got there, and just getting out of the Uber, and immediately as soon as I get out, I just hear people like, "Yeah, bro!"
Yeah, you were like,
from like the second floor, and I'm like, "What the hell? Oh my God, guys!" And then, sure enough, like,
and then you showed up in my room, and everybody was like, "Ah!" It was the whole thing.
Right, and then like I saw Illinois when we were in the elevator, and then Phoenix Knight and I are just walking down the hall, and then we're like, "Is it this room? Okay, I think it's this room." I'm knocking. I'm just like, "Housekeeping," because I'm nervous as hell and don't even know like what to say or anything. Then open the door, and then it's dead quiet. I'm like, God, what's happening? I think somebody's in here. And then everybody just yells, and I just get a bunch of hugs.
There was definitely someone in there.
Big old hug. Oh my God, that was crazy. That moment, it plays in my head so much, dude. That was surreal.
I still don't know, how many BakuTubers does it take to change a light bulb?
I don't know, dude.
Because there was like, how many of us in there?
There were a lot. It was pretty much everybody. And extra people that showed up. So there was a lot. It was cool. It's all I had that whole like session on my vlog. It was cool.
Same.
Yeah.
I remember when I first got there, the only person I'd really talked to about the event, because at this point, like, I'd never talked to anybody outside, like, in the Bakugan community. I was kind of just stuck to myself. And also I was never, like, I don't know, never brave enough to, like, hit anybody up and be like, hey, you want to do a video with me? Or, like, something like that.
Yeah.
And so I think the only person I'd talked to about the event was the detective, because I followed him on Instagram, he followed me, and I saw that he got invited too, so we messaged each other about it. And so as soon as I get to the hotel, I get there right as JoJo gets there.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd watched JoJo's videos for years because I used to be a big Beyblade fan. And I walked into the hotel, she checked in right before me, and I was like, is that JoJo? And so she finishes up getting all checked in and stuff, and she turns around and she's like, you're Bakugan Legacy, right? And I'm like, yeah. I know who you are, but yeah. And then I get up to my room and I'm like, shoot, I haven't talked to any, like, she was the only one that I saw there. And so I was like, I haven't talked to anybody that's going to this event. I was like, man, I really hope I don't just end up like sitting in my room this whole time not talking to anybody, because I'm like nervous. And so I'm sitting in my room for like maybe an hour and a half, and the detective messages me on Instagram, and he's like, hey, everybody's in this room, you should head over here. I'm like, oh, like, I'm freaking out on the inside. I'm like, okay, I'm literally gonna meet everybody. I'm gonna meet Billiam, I'm gonna meet Negative Legend, I'm gonna meet Illinook, who I've watched Illinook pretty much since he started on YouTube, since like 2010. So he was a big one that I wanted to meet. And so I was like, okay. So I make my way over there, and I'm super nervous. I'm like sweating like crazy. I'm like, I'm about to meet everybody. And I walk in, and everybody knew who I was. I was like, wow, this is weird.
Yeah, man. It was cool though, because like we didn't leave anybody out, I don't think. Like everyone came in the room before we did anything. I think almost everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And like we all met each other at the same time. Like we didn't I feel like nobody felt left out, unless I'm missing somebody. But like it was a weird experience, because like YouTubers generally are kind of private people. That's just kind of like a normal thing, I think we could say, about like people like us. And like it just didn't happen. Like it's like we all were connected by something, Bakugan, and we all just knew that it was okay to come hang out together, and it was a really cool experience.
Just vibed, which was really awesome.
Like instantly, we all did. Like everybody was on the same page, and it was like, this is the coolest thing, like social experiment kind of thing I've ever been a part of. It was all like instantaneous get along. It was interesting.
I was totally not expecting like instant acceptance, you know?
Yeah. Right, yeah, that's what I mean.
It was almost like, you know, am I gonna have to prove myself to these people? Am I gonna have to like like actually like, it was like as soon as I walked in, everybody was already talking to me. I was like, oh, this is crazy. Because it's like, I didn't know if I was gonna have to walk around and like be starting conversations with these people and like getting to know them first before we get on a comfortable level to where we can like conversate. And I was like, no. It was as soon as I walked in, everybody was talking to me, and I was like, okay, this is cool. This is really cool.
I have to initiate. Heck yeah.
And like Stubbs, I'd met you at MomoCon, so we already kind of known each other. But Kimbo, we had a little moment at the tournament or whatever. I know you were feeling bad about your game, and we had like a little conversation. I was trying to perk you up. I was like, I'm going to perk Kimbo up today. He feels bad. He doesn't know me, but damn it, I'm going to make him feel good about his situation right now. And then Dylan, I didn't really know you, but we had that whole morning where we got coffee together. It was just me and you. We were ordering coffee. We were talking to Ethan about his Pokemon, and that was cool. And like, I feel like I had a moment with everybody.
Yeah.
And it was really cool because there were plenty of people there to not interact with, right? But I think everybody, like even at dinner, I had to sit next to JoJo, and I think Kimbo, you were in front of me, I think, at dinner.
I think so.
Yeah, I think we all sat at the same table.
Yeah, and
we were.
That was that was a cool night, right? Y'all were all people I'd never interacted with before, and it was just really
a couple drinks, and then went out and just started playing arcade games. And I actually did really good at basketball.
Yeah, you beat me, dude.
Cajun, and I think I beat Tillman too, which I was like, holy crap.
Yeah, Tillman did come over and do that. That was fun. That was fun too.
They're like, somebody needs to slow Kimbo down now.
Yeah, you were on fire, man. That was fun.
And I played the Walking Dead video game too. I actually beat it. I want to say Joe came over and helped too. That was cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then like early on, me, you and Jake or Illinook, Jake. Everybody knows it's Jake. Why am I saying that? Like we all went and we were like walking around like that little area, and I was like starved, and I got pizza. Sat down and I had a really good conversation with Negative Legend. Just that was really cool. While I was eating my pizza.
Yeah.
And I think you all went over and got coffee or something.
Yeah, that was. Oh my god! I remember I was playing like the pinball game, and I got a good amount of tickets from that. And then when I cashed all my tickets in, I got this huge rainbow ball. And,
I remember the big ball.
Like, what are you doing with that? I'm like, got a rainbow ball, man. Like, you're just living life.
How was I gonna go on the plane?
Yeah.
Oh man. I actually had that rainbow ball for the longest time, and it was like after the actual invitational ended, because I was out there for also like a Beyblade event too, and I stayed with JoJo for 2 weeks after, and I had given it to a kid actually at like the Beyblade event. Like I was just like, got the rainbow ball, and then we were like, you want it, and then gave it to the kid, and I filmed it going off. Like I was like, there goes the ball.
There goes the ball, and all my memories.
And all the memories. I got a little sad, and then like. Law rode by on a unicycle, and that was pretty funny. He has a motorized unicycle. That's when he started doing it. So.
Oh yeah, those are cool. Oh, just random. Those are cool. Man, so what do you all like? Kind of a like segue. Let's right into it. What are you all looking forward to, like for this one? Or, like, what do you want to see? Like, since it's gonna be all digital and everything. Like, what are some things that you like expectations? I guess you have on things that could be.
Like, well, I mean, definitely just seeing like the stuff for the next season, and I get a little bit of WWE vibes with this. And what I mean by that is they have this thing called the Thunderdome, and they have like all of the fans in it, and they get their reactions on things. So I definitely see them doing the same thing where it's like all of us in this call, and then they're going to be showing us some big time things, and they'll just edit in like all of our crazy reactions because they know we're probably going to be flipping out. Like, I'll probably be flipping out on my side, like, what? They're just getting all of our reactions. So that'll be pretty cool to see. And yeah, also just whatever they're going to introduce with it.
Yeah. The whole showroom thing was cool for them because they could just literally drop the curtain and then everything was there. And we were like, oh my God, it's literally everything for the next year. But this time they're going to have to like show us the things, right?
Yeah.
So like each thing is going to have to get its own true introduction to us. And they're going to have to like explain individual items. So like when they did it last time, it was like all the new Bakugan. And then you had the new Ultra Bakugan. And then like the carrying cases, and then like they didn't really talk about the carrying cases, but like I went over and I did stuff about the carrying cases, and then they had like the little deck boxes and all that stuff, but we kind of had to see that ourselves because they were like, here, go look at it, and it was our jobs as the Baku tubers to show that to people, and I think we did a good job of it. But this time it's all up to them, so we don't have necessarily a job to do except re-explain what they say. You know what I mean?
Yeah. In this case, it'll be more of like obviously the products, whatever they send us, like reviewing that and then putting out the info on that. Right. But with the last event, yeah, it's like you said, like we had like the cards on the wall, we had all the different things, and we can go up and actually like film that and show it off to everybody. But in this case, it's all digital, so it's like it's gonna be tough. It's like, oh, okay.
And you can kind of worry about it because like we walked in, the entire play set was on the wall. So I mean, I took a picture of everything, of all of it, and I posted it to Twitter. And then so the Bakugan universe automatically had an entire set reveal in 20 minutes. And then now it's like, okay, are they going to show us like 5 cards? And like, hey, this is our new mechanic. And then you get to see 2 of them. When before we saw the whole thing. And so I hope they do a good job of
showing
getting us the same feeling, but in this new way, doing it virtually. So
I have a few ideas of kind of not really expectations, but just kind of what would be kind of cool is if they had prior to the actual event happening. First of all, before I bring that up, I want to know how long the Zoom calls are going to be. Like if it's only going to be a couple hours, if it's going to be an all day thing. Which I mean, I don't see it being an all day thing. I see it maybe being a few hours. But I think it'd be cool if they would just send like a few, like in a PDF file through emails, like card previews. Not all of them, like maybe not the whole set, but and have like a watermark over them. But I think that would be a good idea to like do card reveals
also
that
like
way.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, you're good.
Like what they did with showing off kind of Age of Arliss, how they gave each of us like some certain cards to show off, and they did so in like a big time way. So they sent like Cajun some cards, sent you some cards, Stubbs some cards, myself, like all of us different cards to show off, and then that's how they like advertise the different things. Is like all of us showing off some different cards, and then you look at them all, you get the whole realm of
I thought we were supposed to do that. Like
we were supposed to do that for.
Didn't they contact us at some point and like, hey, we're gonna do this?
Yeah, it was in the Discord.
Yeah,
we were supposed to.
So that means they got a lot of ground to make up with this thing. So hopefully they show off everything. I mean, we know that those what are the little shield things? The that new mechanic.
Armor.
What's it called? The armor cards. Yeah. So I mean, that's the thing they got to show off, right? Or is that?
I mean,
is that Fusion Force? So that's this year.
No, that's Shields of Vestroia. It's Shields of Vestroia.
Yeah.
So is that a year 3?
Like, is that the set we're gonna see? Is that the set we're gonna play?
Like, well, Shields.
Or it's gonna be another one.
That's
the real question. Shield. I feel like that's gonna be like the last set for AA for Armored Alliance. I feel like Shields.
That's what I was thinking.
Because, like, even with some of the Bakugan I've gotten, they have Shields of Vestroia cards. So it's definitely a part of this season. So it's probably the last, like, card wave they're putting out for...
3 sets each year.
Yeah. So, and then because Armored Alliance, Fusion Force, and then Shields for this year.
Yeah, so we'll probably see something other than that.
Yeah.
So I wonder what the next mechanic's going to be.
Yeah, I know that when we did talk with Gary, he did say that the fusion cards is going to be done with like different factions and then different stuff. So like, I mean, I'd love to see things like like Pyrus Aquas or like Darkest Chaos, like fusion cards like that. That would be pretty sick to see, like filling in those gaps for fusion cards.
I bet those will be in the set that we play with for the tournament.
Yeah,
that's my guess.
So I guess what are they going to do? They're going to send us. What did we do last time? They just gave us 10 packs and said make a deck.
10 packs. And 5 Bakugan.
Yeah.
5 Bakugan, a few packs, whatever you get, make a deck with it, and draft.
So I guess they're just going to send us that early, and then what? We're going to have to not open it till that weekend or something.
It's going to be tempting.
I don't know.
Like, I didn't open it.
That's what I was like. I had this thought, and I doubt this is how it'll happen, but I was like, this would be so cool. What if they send us all of this stuff in a locked box that has a combination code, and we don't get our codes until
the actual event.
Until they're like, okay, here's your codes. Put it in your box. Open your box. Get your stuff.
Let me just say, that would be cool.
That would be cool,
That'd
but
be cool.
You definitely know that's not happening, right?
Well, actually, think about it. They're saving so much money.
I don't want to crush your heart, bro, but like, do you really see them saying, here's a lockbox and you can't touch it, and if you try to figure it out, we're going to get an alarm that says you're trying to touch it, then you're uninvited, send it back.
Cheating. Dude,
how cool that would be.
It would be cool.
But oh well.
I would lose my mind though.
You know what the shipping on that would cost?
Oh,
dude,
yeah.
you know the shipping cost to ship a person in a plane from Tennessee to LA?
That's true. That's true.
Speaking of that, when I during the first invitational, because I'm in California, but what some people don't know is I'm in the far north of California, like almost Oregon border. Right?
Yeah, so like 6 hours for you to LA, right?
It's like 10 hours, yeah.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah, it's a long drive. And so when I first got the last year's email saying that I was invited, they were like, so here's this, drive time should be this. And I'm like, drive time? I was like, I'm 10 hours away. I need a plane.
Yeah.
And so they're like, I just thought it was hilarious that because I'm in California, they thought I could just
I remember you did say something about that.
Cruise right over to Spin Master headquarters and, you know.
Yeah.
That's a negative. I have to fly. Otherwise, I ain't going to be on time.
He's going to pull up and he's going to whip his jacket back and he's already going to have a Baku clip and he's just going to be like, hey, guys.
I just thought that was pretty funny and I wanted to bring that up again. I know I've said it before somewhere.
That's really funny. I didn't know. I never heard that about. I don't think you ever told me.
So the tournament's going to be interesting this year, I think.
That'll be very interesting.
I think the community collectively learned how to roll properly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
And now it was like right after, right? I feel like in my head that's what happened. Like everybody was like, "Oh, we know how to roll now," and like so that like the game has completely changed. Like there's kind of a clear meta, obviously, but we're getting new cards, so that doesn't necessarily mean anything. But like I got decimated by Jake Illinuk because I could not roll at the Invitational. Like, no offense to Jake, he did a great job, but I would have won with the hand I had and the Bakugan I had if I knew how to roll. And so this year we've got like really good players coming. Like Queso's a very good player. Toolbox is a very good player as well. And then I think Xionic's pretty good too. I mean, he hosted tournaments and stuff. And it's like we didn't add more Ninja Kids, we added players this time. So like I feel like it's going to actually be a relatively competitive tournament. So it's like I feel like I actually have to prepare.
I don't think I'm going to make it to the semifinal this year.
Yeah.
I made it to the semifinal last year on a fluke. Michael pretty much let me win because he didn't call me out.
Oh.
I had a card to play, and he'd already started flipping cards for damage, and I didn't want to be.
He didn't say, "Hey, no, I still have a card to play." Like, don't.
Oh, you're too nice. I wanted a jacket. I would have done anything, but I just straight up got decimated by Jake.
When he told me that, I felt so bad. I was like, "Dude, you should have just told me." Like, I'm an understanding dude.
Like, I don't know. Like, I come from Yu-Gi-Oh, so like I very much have this mentality of if you don't play your card, like when you're supposed to play your card, you don't get to play your card.
Yeah, I know Magic players have that like sensibility too. Like that's not a sensibility. That's just like the understanding. Like, oh, I made a mistake. That's me playing bad.
Yeah, like
you don't get freebies in Magic.
It was, honestly, like I hesitated on it. Like I tapped my mana and like didn't vocalize anything, and he had already started like flipping cards, and I was like, you know what, whatever. I'll hold on to it for next turn. I might need it. I'm on Hydrus, and I don't have a good Helix because all the Helixes that come with everything that I had were either plus Shadow Strike or plus Frost Strike. So he was wimpy, and I'm like, I could potentially need the B power boost. I'm like, whatever. I'm not going to be that guy. I'm not going to be like, hey, hold on. And then I realized that if I had played it, I would have won. And I was like, whatever. And then I botched my roll. I was like, what the hell?
I'm not.
Tell me about it.
I am not a an experienced TCG player at all, Bakugan was the first TCG that I've ever actually learned how to play. So like little things.
It's a lot of people. A lot of people are like that though.
And little tweaks like that, like knowing, like you, Michael, coming from other card games and knowing, you know, having that TCG player mentality. Like I don't have that.
You're right.
So like I'm just, you know, I'm fumbling my way through it.
I do feel that though. I definitely do. I mean, I played Yu-Gi-Oh when I was way younger, but that was also before like the whole synchro summon XYZ summon stuff, and I was like, what the hell is this? When I got back into it, trying to play it in college, and I'm just like, this has switched so much since I was
Dude, me and Visual tried to get into Yu-Gi-Oh when we were in high school, and that was when synchros were a thing, or no, XZs.
Dude, that's
were
what
a thing.
2013.
Yeah, 2012.
Okay.
But that's when we were like playing. We were playing on Dueling Book or whatever, just to learn, and we didn't know anything like at all. And so he started pulling up all these meta decks and stuff, and started doing the classic Yu-Gi-Oh. Here's my entire deck on my board in one turn. Haha, win the game. And I was like, okay, I'm out. Sorry.
I'm just done.
This is not fun.
And then I got into Pokemon when I was in college. When it was interesting because like I got into Pokemon, but we actually had a really hardcore Pokemon TCG community in Lafayette where I live. And so like I didn't have to just learn the card game. I had to learn to be good at the card game while I was learning the card game. And that's a different thing, right? Mm-hmm. Like some people learn Bakugan to, you know, learn it, and then there's other people who were like talking about meta stuff. So you have like Brawler Cafe, and then you have like other people who were just basically learning how to roll the ball and get it onto the magnet and play some cards. And there's definitely two sides of Bakugan, but like the way I learned was like it's all the same. Like you're learning to be good at the game, and so it was weird for me coming into Bakugan like that.
That was kind of me getting back into competitive Yu-Gi-Oh. Like I jumped in right when Xyz like first came out. Like I was familiar with synchros, like I knew what they were, I knew what they did, but I'd never played competitive. And then I was like, you know what, I'm going to play competitive Yu-Gi-Oh. And I went to my first locals and just had my butt handed to me, and I was like, okay, I need to get good. And I got competitive at I guess it was the tail end of 2012, and actually ended up qualifying for Nationals 2013, and then continue doing just pretty good, I guess, and topped a couple regionals and stuff, and went to Nationals 2014 and 2015 as well. So that was really my first like step into like traveling and like, you know, competitive gaming in general, I guess technically. And I stuck with that up through like 2016, 2017 or something like that, just kind of loosely. And I was like, all right, you know, I'm done, and this game is going crazy. I don't like it. It's not fun anymore. And that's when, around the time I got into Beyblade Burst, and I went to my first Beyblade tournament at Star City Anime, which is a anime convention in Roanoke, Virginia. And that's I got involved with the WBO, and then because the WBO is how I kind of like met Kim, because I ended up going to New York and like all these other tournaments and stuff, and I ended up going to the Baytuber Brawl in New York, and that's when I met Kim the first time, like officially. So that was really cool. But yeah, I played for like not even 2 years in competitive Beyblade Burst and made it into the top 15, and then said peace because Bakugan came back.
Yeah.
It's pretty sick.
Yeah. What's a good? Oh, I know a segue. Speaking of gaming, literally 1 month until Champions of Vestroia.
Yeah, man.
I'm pretty excited, honestly.
It's gonna be cool. You know, I mean, obviously everybody saw my little video for the thing. I think me and Jet got invited to, which I don't know exactly why. I think the only reason I got into that, I'm pretty sure, is because I'm like pretty cool with Brock. And he was like, "Hey, I think you'd enjoy this." So he gave me an invite to it, and I said, "Yeah." So
also
super cool.
You had like a really good initial video, like breaking it down, and I don't think anybody else really did like a in-depth video after the way forward or the treehouse segment came out.
Yeah, and that video probably did it too, because that was weird time. I'll be honest with you. When I posted that video, that was the most I ever got like DMs from people saying, "Hey, I really liked the video, and I really liked how you talked about this game." And I was like, "Cool, thanks." No one ever tells me this. So what did I do differently? And everybody was like, "Nothing. It was just really good." What? And then like VK messaged me, DM'd me, which he never does. Like me and VK used to talk a lot at the beginning of all this stuff, but like he never DMs me anymore. And for that video, he DM'd me. He was like, "Hey, really appreciated how you talked about the game and broke it down." And we had like an hour-long conversation in the DMs. And I was like, and I literally asked him, I was like, "Thank you very much for, I appreciate your appreciation. But can you tell me what I did differently?" And he was like, "Nothing. It was just really good." I was like, "Okay, whatever." But anyway,
about it, I guess, I mean, I didn't get like a personal chance to really look at the video or anything, but did see Haru Ren like really talk about like everything he did explain with it, and also just saying that, man, Haru Ren is underrated because just the style and such. Also, he's inspired by Wrestle Talk, which is really cool because I'm a wrestling fan, and you could definitely see the resemblance with it. But even just how he breaks down things and gets all the little details of any news that's really found out about things and really reports on it.
Yeah, I love Haru,
really
man.
enjoy it.
He's like the one. He's like, I want to say like the one true like Bakugan news channel. Like he doesn't really do anything else but the news, if I'm not mistaken. But
he does a good job. He does a great job.
I mean, he does, yeah.
And some unboxings and stuff.
Like, yeah, and then like recently, I did my whole "Am I leaving Bakugan for Digimon" video thing. That was a fiasco for some people. And in the video, I obviously said, "No, I'm not leaving Bakugan for Digimon. I'm just doing both." Believe it or not.
Hobbies,
anyway,
some people go absolutely bonkers about it because obviously, like, myself, Beyblade and Bakugan both. I mean, I got tattoos both. Got my Beyblade channel logo, the Bakugan logo.
Yeah.
It's okay to have multiple hobbies because it's just how it is. It's not like, I mean, heck, I play Pokemon too. I'm super excited for the Ground Tundra DLC too, by the way. And also Zelda. Oh my God, I'm so excited for the end of the year because
the King is back in the game, and I want to cry because he's my favorite. Dude, I don't have tattoos, Kimbo, but if I could, there would be a Nidoking all down my body.
Yeah.
Dude, he's my favorite Pokemon.
With Dragonite. Like, they're putting Dragonite in the Crown Tundra. I'm like,
yeah, he's in there too.
Like, what a Dragonite in the game. Come on.
Oh, man. Nidoking was in the trailer, and he was just like slow-mo running through the tundra, and I was just like, "Run to me, Nidoking."
And I saw Dragonite just like sitting there happy, like, "I'm gonna give you a hug, bro. Come here,
man, dude."
Now.
Pokemon's just got a sentimental thing about it, man. It's like we all grew up with it. It's like every time you see it, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what game it is. I will find a way to get Nidoking. And then in this game, it like wasn't there at the start, and I was like, "Oh man, this is gonna hurt me." But I knew he would show up eventually, and I was gratified with the trailer, and now I feel complete again.
Yeah. All right. Peace.
Mimikyu fanboy.
What was that?
Mimikyu and Lucario.
Oh yeah, Lucario's dope. And then a lot of people like Mimikyu. Mimikyu's cool.
I'm basic because
I really
Charizard.
Dude, there's nothing wrong with it. Charizard's sick. Charizard's a fire-breathing dragon with fire on his tail.
Mm-hmm.
And there's literally nothing wrong with that being your favorite Pokemon. I don't like people who say that like that's boring.
The only problem is his typing because he's a flying and a fire.
But like just people who like Charizard in general and people who hate on him for that. He's a dragon. Like everyone likes the dragon dude.
Yeah.
So, like he's not a dragon type, but that's a whole nother.
Kind of. Well, Mega Charizard X.
He gets there.
He's awesome.
He got there one day.
The blue flames and the black.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah. So for the game, what kind of teams are y'all looking at making?
Ooh, I haven't really thought about it.
Nilius for sure. Leonidas probably because I'm an OG fan and
Hands down, yeah,
God,
Leonidas. And again, I say it all the time, and I'm going to for forever, ever, and ever. Spin Master Leonidas in game. Please make it into an actual ball so I can collect it and put it in the deck because I really want to and make the child in me like have peace.
Yeah.
God.
I never played any of the old games, so like when this whole thing was all new to me, right? Because I've explained it a million times in my videos, but like I wasn't into Bakugan when I was a kid because no one around me was into it. I was a Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, Digimon kid, strictly. Didn't even really necessarily know Bakugan was there until all this happened. And so when I start posting videos and all this stuff, I start getting into the lore of Bakugan, and like there is just an onslaught of Reddit posts about, is Leonidas coming in the game? Is Leonidas coming in the game? I was like, who is that? Who is this guy? For months I was like, I don't understand, and now I get it, obviously, because of all the time I've spent with it. So I was happy for people when he was on that little cover of the game and everybody was like, oh my god, it's Leonidas.
Have you played the OG Battle Brawlers game?
I bought it for the Wii at like a vintage game shop that happened to have it on the shelf, but I don't have a Wii currently.
Oh dude, get it for what system do you have?
A Switch. I have a Wii. It's at my parents' house, which is like 2 hours away, and I just hadn't been over there to get it.
Okay, that's fair. But yeah, you need
I'm
to
gonna try it eventually.
It's really good.
Vintage Traveler was just streaming it for a while. He was doing like a Nuzlocke in it, and I thought that was kind of interesting. And the game looks cool, and I think it's playing on an emulator.
That's brutal. Nuzlocks always make me like.
Yeah, go watch it. He clipped it on his YouTube channel. He kind of shrunk.
I never got the courage to do a Nuzlocke. I'm like, I can't do it. I can't. I watch people do it, but I can't do it.
Yeah.
Question about Champions of Vestroia. Like, do you know which Bakugan are coming in which attributes or factions or whatever? Are they coming?
Every Bakugan's gonna have every attribute.
Oh, sick.
That's why there's, what did I say? There's 17 Bakugan. I think I threw the list away, but 17 Bakugan, and then all the factions. What I don't know, it's like 80, right? And that's how many they said, like 80 plus. It's like 85, I think. 17 times whatever. But they didn't talk about Orlus, and we didn't see Orlus Bakugan in the trailer.
But very clearly, Leonidas is Orlus in the poster.
Right. So what I'm wondering is, like, are the Orlus Bakugan going to be the boss monsters? But then why would they not make them playable? And also, like in the little event thing, they kind of talked about the story, not a lot, but they said it was going to be very tournament based. You know, just, I mean, obviously you got to play the game to play the game. So it's a lot of like tournament stuff, kind of pulling ideas from season 2 of the show. And then there's obviously going to be the bad guy plot, right? There's somebody doing devious things, and you must deviously beat them or whatever. And so what I'm thinking is that either maybe Leonidas is going to come back as like a bad dude, and you have to like acquire him from the evildoers, or he shows up maybe later and you use him to like do the final battle maybe. But the problem with that is that if these are the only 17 playable characters in the game, I don't see them putting like a boss monster that's not playable in this game. Just the way everything else seems and how they handled everything, like I don't think it's going to be like the Pyravian Hydronoid as the boss, right? It's just something like crazy out of left field. I don't feel like it's not going to be that. I feel like it's just going to be a diamond team of Diamond Dragonoid, Diamond Nilius, Diamond Trox, and that's going to be like the boss, in my opinion. But then we don't know where Nilius fits in. And then the other thing that was weird was that VK said he played the game like 6 times through, because I think he was actually kind of involved with development a little bit. And he said he did it, and he averages like 20 to 30 hours per playthrough for story.
That's not bad.
Yeah, that's actually.
Yeah, it's not. So like, what's the story?
Plot twist.
What is it? So before we cut out, you were saying cool story, and they went.
Oh yeah, that's right. Segue back into it. So with the game, like if they do a twist where it's like, oh, we have Leonidas with the game, why not bring back Gladiator? Because they have the rights to Leonidas. They could do something with Gladiator too and just save it. Which, if they do, again, figure, please.
Yeah. So we had a Q&A section, and it was kind of like I don't know if it was anonymous or whatever, but we just I just typed 6 questions into the chat, and they answered 2 of them. But one of them was are there any plans for DLC or downloadable content? And they answered that in the way of hey, this is our first try, we don't really know if we're doing downloadable content, but it was more of a no. I don't know if it was a maybe. I think it was more like a no. So it sounds, I don't know.
It was like a polite no.
Yeah, it was a polite no, because if they had plans for DLC, a developer's going to be yeah, there's going to be future updates and we're going to keep it going, right? That's what everybody says, but they didn't even give me that. Yeah. So I think what it is it's going to be what it is. So
I did some quick math, and if you do 16 instead of 17, 16 times 5, that's actually 80 on the dot. So I'm wondering if Leonidas
is the only Orlus.
Yeah, the only Orlus, and he only comes in Orlus.
He might be. I mean, they didn't even mention Leonidas but one time.
That's
the whole
crazy.
presentation.
That would be their push, their sell push. So
I would use that for a selling point, because there's so many Legacy fans that are just drool over Leonidas, and I don't know why they wouldn't push that. But I mean, I guess that'll be our job, because I think they said they were going to send us the game. That'll be our job to hype that part up, right?
To me, it seems like that's probably a very pivotal, important part of the story, and he's special or something.
They said he was going to be a big part of the story. That was earlier though. That wasn't part of what I said. I think they had said that way earlier. So
I like that a lot, because in the first game from 2009, it's you play through that whole game, and you build a relationship with the characters and whatnot in the game. So I'm really happy that they're bringing him back, and if he is a big part of the story, then it's almost continuing that type of relationship that you had as a kid,
Yeah. They said that when you start out the game, your character doesn't know what Bakugan are. So I hope they don't drag that out too long. I don't want to be 3 hours in and it's oh my god, that Bakugan's red. What does that mean? I hope it's an hour of the kid learning how it works, and then something breaks out, and then it's a story time, and I hope it's something along those lines, because obviously it seems that the game's targeted more towards a child audience or a younger audience. So hopefully there's enough meat on the bones for us to actually dig into, and at least have some lore to enjoy and dissect and talk about, right?
Yeah, VK keeps on saying that the part that we're gonna be the most excited about is the online battling. So maybe there will be
yeah, but it's your same party from the game. There's no online lobby. When you go to the online section in the game, it says online opponent or friends. That's the online screen. So there's no, you customize your team obviously, but I think you have to set up your team in the story mode, go to the menu, then go to multiplayer, and then start playing. And I didn't even see anything about a leaderboard on there either. So maybe that'll come eventually. But I don't know.
I'm excited for it nonetheless.
Yes.
It's going to be cool. I'm not trying to complain about it, obviously, but there are things that we as older adults would want in a video game, right? We've been playing video games for a while, and people expect certain things at this point. Obviously, with the eruption of things that happened for the Pokemon games that recently came out, there's obviously demand for things.
It's going to be an amazing month, because it's going to start off on the 3rd, the Champions of Vestroia, and then it's going to be the Crown Tundra, and also some Beyblade releases, but also Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity. Oh my god!
So I have 2 things about the date that they chose for the Invitational. One, literally, I don't know how soon we're going to be getting the game, Champions of Vestroia, So we're not gonna have like I don't feel like we're gonna have a lot of time to really put into that before we do the invitational.
Yeah.
So I feel like we're gonna have a lot of information between the game and the invitational for content, and I feel like that's at least with me, that might cause me to kind of like gloss over some things that I would normally be more like in depth on. So like I wish there was more space between that. And then also the 14th is my daughter's first birthday. So
oh yeah, because last year it was right after she was born, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Last year it was the week after. So
yeah. Hey babe, I know you just had a daughter. I know we just had our daughter, but I'm gonna peace out for a few days and
I'm gonna go hop on this plane. I'll be back in 3 days. You got the kid, right? Yeah. Cool. All right.
It was fine. It was okay.
Oh yeah, I'm not making fun of you. I was funny situation.
Yes, you are. Shut up. No,
hey man.
I can take it. It's no big deal. But like
even the things leading up to the invitational last year were like crazy, like Stubbs, your daughter such being born. Even like at the invitational, I guess it's something, I'll just say I might as well. Like Stubbs knows about it because he was there for it. But like some family stuff was actually happening with me at the invitational a little bit. Sibling, not in right mindset or whatever, literally wishing bad on me the entire trip, which led to me kind of getting like bad mentality about things. Even when we were in the showroom and the opening stuff, I was like, I was hyped, but then also sibling messaging me like, oh, like, loser, all this other stuff that's really negative. Caused me to get a really bad mentality. And I told Stubbs, but I told him like subtly, like once. And then like it honestly played in my head even to the point where I messed up even in my brawl. No saying like, oh, if I would have been right mentality, I would have probably won. I had a pretty decent deck because I had a lot of defense with it. And I also faced player Lena. She's really, really freaking good. And literally any miss, it was hardly any misses from either one of us. And it came down to like a couple little moves, and I flipped too many cards with it, just thinking about the stuff, and screwed myself over kind of with it. But then she was like, oh, I don't think you had to flip that many. Then also they were there, and then they had the go with it mentality, and, just went with it. I didn't lose, but literally, I think she had like 3 cards left. And I had like 3 cards left, and then she got that last attack in, and that's what it was. I feel like our brawl was like the longest out of it, besides like the final battle. But and that's why I was so down. Like when you came over, Ragin, that's why I was so down, because I knew I effed up with that move, and I was on my stream and just got really, really down. But you coming over and talking with me like definitely encouraged me, made me feel better. And also everybody in the chat, they're like, you did freaking awesome, dude. You did a great job, and the fact you even made it this far. And even having people saying like, your videos actually helped me like with big issues, like legit said like I was contemplating suicide. And
yeah, I know. I actually I went back and I was trying to figure out what was wrong, and so I actually went back and watched your stream, like it was on your YouTube channel or whatever, and I was like, oh, that got deep. So I understood why you were so emotional at that time. I was like, wow, he was dealing with some stuff right there, man. That's deep stuff that not everybody has to deal with. So I don't know if I actually helped consoling you or not for that stuff, because I was like, hey man, it's gonna be all right, buddy. It's gonna be good. And then you were dealing with like crisis emotions in your head, and I was like, wow, maybe I don't know.
No, it definitely made it a lot better. Just like, that's the thing I love about the community, is that like even with all that going on, like just all the comfort and stuff that everybody had. Even Tillman came in and just said like, the passion that this kid has for the game is unbelievable. That was surreal, having Michael frickin' Tillman come in my live stream and say that. Like, emotional overload. Like, good, like, obviously the best, but like a lot of goods, and it definitely made it a lot better. So, y'all are the best, and that's why y'all are the fam. So,
Heck yeah, dude. Like, man, I'm still like, I still kick myself every now and again about our match, Dylan, because dude, my deck was so like, I pulled so good. My deck was so consistent, like it was really good. And my like the 3 Bakugan that I had for my deck were like stupid solid. Have you all watched my deck profile for the Invitational?
I mean, that was forever ago.
Yeah. Okay. So my lineup was Chaos Trox Ultra, Aquas Hydrus, and Darkest Payroll.
Oh.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, that's.
I had 2 Glimmering Blade.
Mm.
I had 2 Glimmering Blade in the deck. Like it was.
Yeah,
nuts.
how'd you lose?
Hi, Dylan.
My bad.
Hey man, that was a complete joke. Like I said, I got decimated by Jacob. Decimated. That dude destroyed me, and we haven't even talked about it since then. Like I think we might have interacted on Twitter a little bit about it, but like I wasn't hurt, but I was like, you know what's funny? I didn't win a single game of Bakugan the entire weekend. Ooh. Because like some of y'all went to Psycho Turtle, right? And like trained overnight and got ready for this thing. Only thing I had to do was play Jet the night before. Came over, had the mat out on the table, or he brought his mat, I think. I don't know. Anyway, yeah. And I had HTN. That's what I brought because I didn't know how it was going to work. We all brought our decks, right?
Yeah.
At HTN, and I got extra decimated by Jet Kuzo twice, 2 times in a row the night before, and I was like, all right, I literally quit. I stopped, I put everything up. I was like, find somebody else to play Jet. I don't know what's going on. I laid on the bed for the rest of the night. I didn't win a single game of Bakugan the whole weekend. It was rough. It felt like the early days of my channel when I never won on camera.
That's just an absolute like monster of Brawl sometimes. It's like, oh hey, like even with the Brawl that he and I had like earlier this year. Oh my gosh, right before moving. That was also during like the moving period, which was wild. I'm so sad that some of that footage got corrupted. Still don't know what happened with that. But like during the Brawl, one of the things that people didn't see is like there were some crazy moments. Like I had Drago, I was using like Pirates Drago Ultra, and it jumped and literally like it yeeted the core it had, but then landed on the core on the complete other side of the matrix, upside down, and got that core, which was a crazy moment. And also, he like air zeroed and super fueled into 2 Magnuses, and I was like, "The f***'s going on? That's 10,000 Bs. You're not beating that." The hell no! Like that was one of the craziest moves I ever saw. Like 2 Magnuses in 1 turn. I was like, "You god!"
Yeah. There's some guys who are just crazy good at this game.
Yeah, bro, it was wild, dude.
I'm not one of them. I don't know how to build decks, so.
My current deck that I'm working on is pretty spicy.
Just gotta get people to build decks for you. That's what I do. I have Matuska. I don't know if y'all know him from my channel, but he builds all of our decks. Like our entire table of Digimon decks right now is all built by him, and so I just roll with it. Like I don't even worry about it because I know he kind of knows what he's doing, right?
Yeah.
So, like, why even try to be better than what he's going to do?
I'm definitely that dude that's like, I make decks that try to be, like, pretty good competitively, but also, like, fun at the same time, because just there being so many Bakugan, being like, oh, I don't want to use just these same, like, 7 Bakugan, when there's literally, like, 300-400 of them now, and collecting them myself. I don't want them to just sit in the bins and rot and crap. I'm like, I'm going to work with it any way I can, And sometimes it's like, oh, I might have to get some cards out TCG Player to just make it as spicy as I want to for this certain deck. But, it pays off and it does what I want it to do. So, Yeah. And I mean, granted, at this stage, like right now, currently I've made 63 deck profiles. Might make, might screw around and make, like, a few more and hit 70. I would not be surprised if, like, by even, like, late winter or early spring, I have like 100 deck profiles.
Is it true that you've sleeved every one of those decks and they're in a deck box individually? Yeah, so you have 70 deck boxes with sleeved cards in them?
It is true.
Oh, crap.
So
we have 8 Digimon decks sleeved up right now, and I had to like scratch and claw to find enough sleeves to do 8 decks.
I'm gonna show this real quick.
Dude, that's impressive.
Front cam, the camera's kind of messed up, but that's the box.
Oh my god!
Decks and those are newest ones. Yeah. So yeah, they're all individual decks.
So that's how you store your cards then. So you don't have extra cards.
Oh, I do.
So you have more.
Have
Oh my god. You have so many cards.
Are
Are those old Bakugan cards?
Yup.
Dude.
All separated in the factions. I have a lot of Chaos one that goes down, like Powers. I have least amount of like Powers and Ventus. Then also like the dual faction cards. Yeah, I'm freaking nuts. You can tell I really love it.
I store my cards. That's Pokemon. I store my cards in binders, so I only have three or four of this. It's the 4-sleeve ones, and I have it like by faction and stuff, and that's how I store my cards. And that's it. I only have 4 binders, and then like a deck or 2 built. But this is how I only use these, by the way. What is this? Ultimate Guard, the 4-panel Ultimate Guards.
So I've got 2 binders. One is nothing but Hex Foil and Super Rare Plus cards, and then the other one is I got out of a lot that I bought, and it was actually organized like by set and by like set number and everything. So I've kind of left it nice.
Here's my Nidoking page, everybody. I don't know that's zooming in, but prized possession there, folks.
But everything else is like literally like stacks, and inside of like a Elite Trainer box, deck box, like these, and then I have where is that? Hold on. One second.
Dude, all of just seeing everybody's cards. You even see like the Pokemon cards, like how hype. Like I've been watching some of Leon Hart's videos, and like how hype he gets when he gets like a big time pull. That's how I am when I get like a crazy Bakugan card pull. Which dang it, card packs. I'm missing so much.
Yeah, this is like I've got a box for Resurgence and Battle Rollers and stuff like that. And I've got it organized by faction, put in like these storage boxes.
Yeah, my binders are by set and by faction, and then I just have a binder full of character cards.
And then outside of that, I've just got a bunch of random stacks of cards just kind of laying around because I go through cards a lot. And
hey, Kimbo.
Yo,
you got my card.
Hell yeah, brother! I put that in there right when I got home.
Dude, it hits me in the heart whenever somebody's like they have my card and they're just like, yeah, I got your Kimbo card. Even some of my friends just have it like hanging on their fridges or such, or they have it on display. I'm like, dude, yo,
there we go. All right, hold on.
Hey, that's mine. There we go. Hell yeah. And I'm sitting right there next to Kimbo.
It's all of you.
Wait.
Dylan, I don't have one of your cards.
I'll have to send you one.
Well, here you go. The boy.
Dude, I didn't get one. Hello. Give me the Dylan card.
The boy.
Oh man, the signed original.
And
wow.
The boy.
New card. Hey.
Nice.
Yeah. Also, Yo Nilius. All up there, man, and also like, Julius and Devin signed that Kimbo card, and then Justin Gary signed that one, and also Arlen's agent VK, and oh my god, I still can't believe it. And
That's
more
cool.
Kimbo.
That's awesome. Look at us, all of us having playing cards.
Hey,
Dylan, did Briar do your artwork?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He did mine too. I've just not printed it yet.
Yeah, no, I've seen yours. He showed.
Yeah.
He sends me everybody.
He did the artwork for our channel too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I did that. Yeah, I forgot.
I'm really low on the Kimbo cards actually, and I'm thinking about getting them in a different faction. I'm honestly thinking like an Arliss version.
Yeah.
I've been talking with Briar about that. So,
dude, Briar's a talented man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I love my guy.
Yours is perfect, and the little animation that you have before your videos.
Yeah, that I never use anymore.
It was good though.
Yeah,
I like
that
that.
was.
Magnus and the Winton, man.
Yeah, both of these are signed by Julius and Devin
Yeah, that was cool. I remember you doing that.
I've got a Hex Dan that I'm going to have Jonah sign whenever I get to meet him. These were actually framed. I had them really nice, nicely framed and everything. I took the back of hold on one second, I'll show you.
I remember you getting those signed by Devin and Julius. Dude, Julius is a cool dude.
He is so cool. He's like my favorite. So I took the back out of one of these and cut it the same size as the frame, and then used like school glue on the back of the sleeve of the card, and just had him like sitting here. It looks so good. Had it hanging right up here. I took it down to show one of my friends when they came, when Luke and the dude's name is Xander, when they came over, because we were doing the screen printing for these. And I took it down and I showed him and I hung it back up and I walked back into the other room and I hear shatter, all this other stuff. I'm like, it fell. So I came back in here and there's glass everywhere. I'm just like, dang it, I've got to get a new frame. But
that's an oof.
Yeah.
Dude, my favorite thing is still my custom trucks is from your boy.
Oh yeah, dude. Did you know he didn't get invited?
I don't think so. I really don't know because not everybody posted. I didn't post that I got invited. I just figured people assumed.
So
I don't know.
Like, I reached out to Brock and I was like, this was like about 2 months ago, something like that. And I was like, dude, you really need to check his stuff out. I feel like he would be, a good fit. And he was like, dude, yeah, he's awesome. And he got like all of his stuff, like all of his information and stuff, sent him stuff. And then just kind of, I don't know. I'm really surprised he didn't get invited, I guess.
Yeah. There's a lot of people. I mean, I'm sure we could name 5 to 10 people who probably deserve it,
Yeah.
That's what's cool about the community is everybody does kind of a good job in their own way. I have my way of doing things, you have your way of doing things, and like Haru's a news channel. I used to do the battles and stuff, and then the mats, and then Kimbo makes 70 deck profiles and opens every Bakugan known to man. So I don't know, man. Brock's got a hard job there trying to pick and choose the people.
It's tough. I'm sure it's very tough. So we're rolling at almost 2 hours right now.
Wow.
Holy cow! Yes.
I told y'all I liked podcasts. Y'all realize I'm a teacher, right? I talk for 7 hours a day.
This is going to be our longest cast so far.
I'm sorry if that's.
I guess just one more question, just one.
Go for it.
So, I was talking about like the different faction like fusion cards that we've seen thus far, the ones that they have planned. If there are 2 factions that haven't gotten like a fusion card yet that you really want to see, what would they be?
I think
like a Pyrus Ventus ramp card.
That'd be neat.
Because they both ramp a little bit. I mean, you got like super fuel for Pyrus, and then obviously green ramps anyway. So like, you'd have like the epitome of a ramp card by having Pyrus and green stuff at the same time.
Like,
I've been playing Digimon.
Like, make it cost like 4 energy to play, and then you get like 5 energy out of it. And you energize it uncharged or something. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
Something like that.
I would like to see a Darkest Chaos card where you get to knock a card out of your opponent's hand and take a core from the field.
Yeah.
Just like
or like a Darkest Chaos card that has like 2 effects on it, one evil and one good.
Yeah, that would be cool. Yeah,
you get to choose.
Or like cool. flip a coin.
Yeah, heads or tails, good or evil. That'd be cool.
I feel like
there's a bunch of things they could do, And then we still don't know what the new mechanic's going to be. I mean, I doubt the new mechanic is that shields thing. There's got to be something new. And I mean, we didn't talk about leaks or anything like that, but people know what's kind of coming. I think everybody knows what I'm talking about. So we don't even know what that means. So who knows, man? I'm interested in what that is.
It's
so
exciting.
It's exciting for sure. Could be worrisome, but
yeah,
it's definitely exciting.
Yeah. From what we've seen, I'm a little nervous. Like I'm obviously not going to go into anything on it because don't want to overstep boundaries, I guess, with this, since they are planning an event around it. But it makes me nervous, some things about it, and I don't know. I was nervous about Baku Gear too, and they did that like perfectly. So
yeah, that was kind of the best case scenario I think they made with Baku Gear.
Yeah.
They definitely could have made that really crappy.
Yeah. So I've just got to breathe and not let my anxiety like get the best of me. Like I'm really
Yeah,
So.
I feel that.
All right, well,
I just want to see Arliss cards because mono Arliss.
Yeah.
I want to do it more. Made it once with proxies and it worked. I actually I made a Flame Fist Cert Burn deck and had one of my friends use it. And I actually used the mono Arliss deck I used, and it was close, but the mono Arliss deck actually pulled it off. It was not easy, but it pulled it off. So it's the only way to mono Arliss.
With now that Pyrostorm is a card.
Let's see. What did I use for the mono Arliss? I had for Arliss I had Trino, Fangzor, Ultra, and Goreen.
Yeah, if you get 3 copies of Pyrostorm now, then you can have a full mono Arliss deck without any proxies.
Yeah. I forgot that's a new Arliss card.
Kind of crazy. It's not a bad card by any means. 2 cost, search or look for the top 4 cards and then add 1 of each type.
Yeah.
Pretty good. But yeah, I don't have anything else. Do you have anything else?
Sorry for pushing y'all over 2 hours.
No, dude.
You're totally
good, man.
Blast.
I just like talking. It's fun.
Yeah.
I like conversing with people.
Honestly, I could sit here all night and just talk.
Thanks.
Yeah, same. I mean, working a lot, it's I miss just being able to really talk. Besides, just my job. So
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, maybe we can do it again sometime if you'll have me.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Appreciate y'all letting me on here.
Of course.
Yeah, dude.
Anytime.
Hope it
Seriously,
was enjoyable.
anytime if we're in the middle of a podcast and you just text us and be like, "Hey, I want to be in a podcast," we will add you right there.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Y'all just let me know.
I've got your Zoom thing now, so all I have to do is just invite you.
Okay, cool. Yeah, y'all just let me know.
Yeah. Thanks for coming on, and
Appreciate it.
Michael, Kim.
For those of you that are still here,
as always.
thank you so much for watching this far.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. But, that's it for the BrawlCast. Thank you guys for watching. If you like Bakugan content like this, check out all of our channels. Check out the RaginCajun.
Hey, everybody.
And check out Matrix
Buy
Mats.
Matrix Mats. I was about to plug it. Oh, man, you did it for me. Dang. I did the whole zoom in for it.
Dude, real quick, there's 3 minutes left. You will really need to get a Matrix mat because his boy visual is absolutely killer. He started I was talking to him about the design for mine.
I didn't mean for this to happen, but thank you.
But holy cow, guys! Look at this. It's freaking beautiful.
Yeah, I did like that one.
I think I'm gonna have to hit you about another mat.
Kimbo, 100%, dude. Your mat is top 2 mats we've ever made for me still.
You interested in doing another one? I got one of mine.
We can try. It's more up to visual than me. I'm not the artist here, so.
Right.
I can put you in contact with him.
Yeah.
RLS one.
Yeah. That's the plan. That's the definite plan.
We can figure it out. So.
All right.
But thank you guys for having me.
Yeah,
Appreciate it.
Thanks for coming on.
Sub to RaginCajun YouTube channel. Bye.
Thanks for watching.